let me ask you a question. Have you or anyone that you've ever known been in a position where you weren't as happy as you actually thought you could be? Were you in a job that you went to day in and day out, and you just found that you were going through the motions, not really satisfied with the work you were doing? Or it just didn't feel like it did when you first got the job? Or you may even be in a high power position that everybody thinks is so glamorous, and you're the envy of everyone in your peer group as well as your family. But something's missing. You're just not happy. Or you may have the perfect marriage. You know, the marriage that everybody says, oh, your husband or your wife is so sweet. I wish that I only had that for my own life. Or you're dating the perfect guy. How could you be unhappy? How could you be unhappy? Have you ever asked yourself that question? Well, I am going to give you the top 3 reasons why I think that you're not as happy as you actually could be in your life. My name is Joanna Cameron, and I am a licensed mental health therapist. I have a private practice in Conyers, Georgia. I'm a life coach, and I'm here to provide for you mental health tips and life coaching tools that are going to help you navigate through everyday life. You know, sometimes there are just those little things in life that we just need a little bit of assistance in trying to figure out. It may not result in an actual mental health therapy appointment. There may not be a true diagnosis for what it is that you're feeling. You just feel a little off, or you're not really happy. Well, stay tuned and pay attention to these 3 tips. This is my day 1 of helping you to find that life that brings you complete joy. Tip number 1. Have you ever compared yourself to someone else that you may have seen on social media? Their life looks so amazing, so glamorous, but you know what? I call it social media lies. And not that everything that people are posting on social media is not real, but you're going to get to see all the glitz and glamour of their life. You don't get to see all the bad stuff. You don't get to see the days that they're feeling lonely. You don't get to see the days that they're not as happy as they actually could be. So what happens? You look at all of this stuff on social media, their Instagram, their Insta stories, their Facebook posts, their Facebook stories, and you're following these people all through the best days of their lives. Think about it. If you posted only the good days of your life, wouldn't everybody think that your unhappy life was extremely happy? Well, you're here for one reason, and that's because you're trying to figure out why it is that you're not so happy. And that is one reason. We start to compare our lives to that of other people when we're not really getting the true self. We're not really seeing what is really going on behind the scenes in their life. Now, if I'm saying anything so far that you like and you would like to hear more from me, make sure you're hitting that subscribe button for me. And make sure you ring that bell, because if you ring that bell, guess what? You're going to know when all of my videos that are going to be coming every week are there and posted for you to watch. And I'd love for you to follow me, and definitely in the comments below, let me know if there's something that you want to hear, something that you want to talk about. I don't know everything. I've been through a lot. I do know quite a few things. And I consider myself somewhat of an expert in life. I've got quite a few decades behind me, and I think that I could share some really good stuff with you. Again, I'm Joanna M. Cameron. I'm a licensed mental health therapist, and I want to help you to navigate through this thing called life that can seem so overwhelming sometimes. So, tip number 2. What do you value? What are your core values? Do you even know? So aside from looking at all the stuff that we see on all the stories on social media, do you even know what's important to you? Have you ever really stopped to think about it? I mean, we go to jobs and we work these jobs, and the first thing they give us is this nice little neat handbook that says our core values, our mission statement. But what is your mission statement for your life? What are your core values? I think it's very important to know what your own core values are. And not just the big things. I mean, yeah, we value our family, most of us. We value money or time or something like that. But there's so many more things that we could value if we just really stop to think about it. And I'll share with you what mine are. Mine are fun, number one, freedom, number two, and flexibility, number three. Now, freedom and flexibility somewhat sound the same, but for me, they're just a little bit different. Enough to know that if something doesn't provide me all three of those things, then I'm probably not going to stick around too often or too long for it. Whatever I do has to be fun. Like bringing this video to you. For some people that may seem like a task, or it may seem, kind of boring. But for me, this is fun because I get to share with you some things that I think that are going to enlighten and fulfill you in your life. And I'm so passionate about it. I'm so passionate about helping people to find that thing within themselves that's going to help take them to a new level, the next level that's been designed for you in your life. So for me, that's fun. Flexibility. I used to work in a job, probably just like a lot of you watching, that didn't allow me any flexibility at all. Everything was rigid, had to be done a certain way, and I didn't like that so much. I mean, it wasn't any room to add my own personality to it. I mean, I had to follow rules by a book. Needless to say, I didn't stay very long. And then freedom. I need freedom. And for me, what that means is being able to schedule things when I want to schedule them. So I need the freedom to be able to not necessarily punch a time clock. And I need to have the freedom to be able to schedule my appointments whenever it works for me. So that gives me the freedom that I need. So if something doesn't give me all of those things, whether it be a friendship or a job or a relationship even, I'm probably out of there. So I need all of those things to kind of be combined. Now, of course, the things that we value, there's going to be so many more things other than the three that you decide are your top three. But you want to know what your top three core values are. That's going to make a huge difference in the happiness that you have in your own life. So, number one, stay off those social media lies and getting caught up into that. Don't just look at the outside of what people are doing. If you don't know their backstory, trust that there is one. And don't compare your life to their life, because what they're showing you isn't always the real deal. Okay? And number two, don't forget those core values. Those core values are so important. You're going to want to make sure that you know what your core values are. Just like a company, like I said, they lay it all out for you and they share with you what their core values are. You're going to want to know what your core values are as well. Okay? All right, so we get to number three. My last and final tip for you in making sure that you're finding your own happiness and you can be as happy as you possibly can be right now is to make sure that you focus on the positive. I mean, it's so easy to get caught up in the negatives of life, especially in 2020. Believe me, I get it. A lot has gone on. I don't care who you are. Something in this year has affected you negatively in some form or another. Whether it be the presidential election or whether it be COVID. Maybe it affected you or someone really close to you. Maybe just being on lockdown and not being able to live the free life that you want to live. So many things, so many different negative things could have impacted your life in this 1 year, maybe more than any other year. But I guarantee, even with all of the negative that's gone on, there's been something positive that you can focus on. And so what I challenge you to do is to focus on the positives. Find the things that have happened in your life. What good has come out of this year? Yeah, in spite of everything bad that's gone on, what can you find in your life that actually turned out in your favor. That wasn't so bad. That was actually pretty positive. Figure it out and focus on it. Name it, identify it, talk about it. Feel grateful for it. Feel that gratitude for that thing. I don't care if it's just one thing. If you can only think of one thing good that's happened this year, focus your butt on that, okay? I mean, like, it's nobody's business. We want to try to get rid of those negative thoughts, the things that don't make us feel good. We want to try to put those things behind us and focus only on what is positive. And that's what you're supposed to do. That's what I need you to do if you're really wanting to turn this thing around and really start to find your happy place. Find the place inside of you that makes you feel happy. It's there. It's there. So get rid of those social media lies. Don't stay there. Don't focus on it. Take a look, but don't dwell on it, and definitely don't compare. Okay? Find the things, at least 3 things that you value most, and live by that. Let those core values be your guide on what it is that's going to bring you peace, joy, and happiness. And next, last but not least, because there are more, but I'm only going to give you 3 today. Focus on the positives. I don't care how bad it's looked. I want you to focus only on the good. Get those things in your head, those negative thoughts, turn them around, tweak them. How do you do that? You focus on the good. All right? So, my name's Joanna M. Cameron. Thank you so much for tuning in with me today. Come back next week for another new video. And I appreciate you. I will be here week after week bringing you videos that are going to basically help you navigate through your life, giving you mental health tips, life coaching tools that they're going to help you to get unstuck in a sense. I mean, that's my goal. That's what gives me fulfillment. That's what I want to bring to you. Things are going to help unstuck your life. I don't know if it's really a word, but hey, whatever. All right, so don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to hit that bell. Ding, 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 so that you can be notified every single time I bring a new video to you. All right? Thank you for tuning in. Have a good day. Bye for now.